Good morning, everybody. My name's Kimberly. Welcome to my day. You can see behind me my four-wheel drive all packed up, ready to go. I'm going to be away for 5 weeks, and I'd like you guys to watch some of my past videos, particularly some of the really early ones when the channel was called Pilot Kimberly. And I'd also like you to give us a like as much as you can if you like the video content, and tell as many people about the channel as possible. I want to see if it's possible to grow a YouTube channel while you're away for 5 weeks. I think that would be really messing with the the YouTube algorithm, so that would be a lot of fun. Anyway, I was watching Mover. Some of you may know Mover, ex fighter pilot, now airline pilot, has a YouTube channel. And I was really interested in something he said, which has certainly been my experience. So if you go back and watch some of those earlier videos of mine, you'll hear me talking about my flying history and how I wanted to fly from like 5 years of age. I took my first ride in a light airplane when I was 14 or 13, I think. And I took my first glider ride when I was 17. And I was told when I went to my guidance officer, I said I wanted to be a pilot, and he said, there's no way you can do that. Your mathematics isn't good enough. And because of the stereopsis issue that potentially could arise from me having what's called double squint surgery, that I would not qualify. And I just was horrified. You can hear more about that story in the earlier videos. But what Mover was saying is most people who try out for the military, for military pilot positions, self-eliminate. And that was absolutely the case for me. At 13 or 14 years of age, I said, that's it, I'm not doing anything, don't like any of this. I wanted to be a pilot. I can't be a pilot because of my eyes and because of my mathematics. Well, long story short, I went and studied at university. I suddenly got interested in what I was studying, taught myself how to catch up in mathematics, and scored very well. And then when I finally was contacted by a friend of mine who was a major in the army, who said, look, we're looking for helicopter pilots and we're looking for older pilots, and I was 40 years of age at the time, he said, go and try out. So I did, and I went through the whole selection process. The recruiting people pulled me aside and wanted to know how it was I did so well in the mathematics. I scored in the top 1% of anyone ever tested, and they wanted to know how I did it given my high school mathematics marks. And I just explained to them, I just answered the questions, that's all I did. So then they sent me off to medical, and the fellow who tested my eyes said to me, I'm sorry to say this, but I seriously doubt you will pass this because of the double squint surgery. He had my file, and he said, the doctor has written a note here, said I did a perfect job on this kid's eyes. And anyway, he did the test and he didn't believe the result, so he did it again. And then he came back and said, your stereopsis is not that of a 40-year-old. Your stereopsis is that of a 20-year-old. I have no hesitation in recommending you. So, had I tried out earlier in my life, I would have been probably successful. Who knows? But I certainly know that I self-eliminated. So then, when I finally passed the pilot selection program for the military, I was in the midst of a terrible situation in my marriage, and I decided I didn't want to risk it. So I knocked them back. I was offered a position and I knocked them back. So offered to go into the flight training, and I said no. They phoned me a couple of times because they really, I don't think they'd ever had anybody really do that very much. So anyway, I said no. Ultimately, my marriage failed. Now, I'm not saying that I should have then gone ahead. Look, when you love somebody and when you're married to them, you'll do whatever it takes. But again, it was a case of self-elimination. And it's only now that I'm 63 years of age, or 62 and a bit years of age, that I've finally become a pilot, recreational pilot, but nonetheless, it's taken me all of my life. So here's my advice to you. If you want to be a pilot, do what whatever it takes, no matter what. Do not be the one to self-eliminate. If they tell you your medical's not good enough, find out why. See if there's a way to fix it. If they tell you your mathematics or physics or whatever else isn't good enough, find out exactly what they mean and go ahead and fix it. You can do it. Bye for now.